Hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing the multiple choice questions of the short story Oliver Asks for More, which is written by Charles Dickens. So I would like you to attempt these questions like a test. Write your answers in the notebook. I will be giving you enough time to go through the question and the options. If not, you can pause the video. And after checking the answers in the answer key, we will be discussing each question in detail. So you can start with question numbers 1, 2, and 3. Let's move to question numbers 4, 5, and 6. Moving to question 7. Moving to question 10. Question 13. Moving to questions 16, 17, and 18. Moving to question 19. Moving to question 22. Moving to question 24. Okay, so I hope you have completed the test. Now you can check your answers. Please pause the video and check your answers, and then we are going to discuss every question in detail. Okay, let's go to the first question. What was the house for poor people who had no money and nowhere to live called? So that answer is in the first paragraph itself. Among other buildings in a town in England, there was a house for poor people who had no money and nowhere to live. This was called the workhouse. So the answer is workhouse. I have added work home just as a confusing option. So please do not get confused. Who is the protagonist in the story? So a protagonist is someone whom the entire story is based on. So the answer is Oliver Twist. Because this story, Oliver Asks for More, is a part of the entire story, Oliver Twist. Where was Oliver Twist born? The second paragraph, first line. Oliver Twist was born in a workhouse. The fourth question, what were the last words of Oliver's mother before she died? So that is in the third paragraph. Let me see the child and die, she said. So option B. What was the last action of Oliver's mother before she died? So a few lines after that, the doctor put the child in her arms. She pressed her cold white lips to its face and then fell back. So option C. What did the doctor tell about the young lady as he put his hat and gloves? So, she was a good-looking girl, said the doctor as he put on his hat and gloves. Where did she come from? That's what he asked. So she was a good-looking girl. The next question, where did the young lady come from? So she had walked a long way and her shoes had holes in them. Nobody knows where she came from or where she was going to. So option C is the answer. Where was the young lady found? So the old woman says she was brought here last night. She was lying in the street. So she was lying in the street and not walking in the street. So you have to be careful with the options. Why did the doctor raise the dead woman's left hand and say the usual story? So it's in the last line of this page. The usual story, he said. I see that she has no ring on her finger. She wasn't married. So option A. Who chose the name for the baby? So that is in the next page, second paragraph. Mr. Bumble, an important officer in the town, invented a name for the baby. He chose the name Oliver Twist. So it is Mr. Bumble. How was the name Twist chosen? So that's in the next paragraph. We named the new babies here in order from A to Z. He explained what people asked. I named the last one Swooble. So this one is Twist. What meals were given to the boys in the workhouse? They were given only 3 meals of thin soup every day. So it was thin soup. And do you remember how old was Oliver Twist when this incident happened? You should be knowing that he was 9 years old. So that could be again another possible question. What extra food were they given only on Sundays? On Sundays, they had a small piece of bread. So that is the answer. Why did the bowls never need washing? The bowls never needed washing because the boys cleaned them with their spoons until they shone. So that's the answer, option B. What did Oliver and his friends decide to do one day? That's in the second last paragraph of page number 85. One day, Oliver and his friends decided that one boy would walk up to the master after supper and ask for more soup. So 15th option is A. What was the master's reaction when Oliver asked him? That is in page number 86. The master was a fat, healthy man, but he went very pale. He looked with surprise at the small boy. So he went pale and he looked surprised. That is why answer is D, both option B and C. What did the master do to Oliver? So when he said, "Please, sir," repeated Oliver, "I want some more," the master hit Oliver with his spoon. So 17th answer is D. What harsh punishment was given to Oliver? So first he was shut in a dark room. Oliver was a prisoner in that cold dark room. Mr. Bumble beat him with a stick and beat him in front of everybody. So he was beaten a lot. So he was beaten black and blue with a stick. What notice was put on the warehouse gate? So that's around in the fourth paragraph. £5 were offered to anybody who would take Oliver Twist. Oliver was a prisoner in that cold, dark room for how long? So Oliver was a prisoner in that cold, dark room for a whole week. So a week is the answer. What profession was Mr. Sowerberry? So Mr. Bumble met Mr. Sowerberry. Mr. Sowerberry was a tall, thin man who wore black clothes and made coffins. So he made coffins. That is option A is the answer. In what order did the events take place? So this was a little tricky question. So every morning he was taken outside to wash. So taken outside to wash is the first order. And Mr. Bumble beat him with a stick. So fourth option, Mr. Bumble beat him with a stick. Then he was taken into the large hall where the boys had their soup. So he was taken to the large hall. Option 1. Mr. Bumble beat him in front of everybody. So Mr. Bumble beat him in front of everybody is option 3. So that is why the answer is 2413. What did Mr. Bumble tell Mr. Sowerberry? So this answer is in the last paragraph. So he says, "You will be rich one day," Mr. Sowerberry. So he says that. Do you know anybody who wants a boy? So do you know anybody who wants a boy and £5? Raised the stick and pointed the notice at the gate. So when he asked, "Do you know anybody who wants a boy?" he wanted him to find someone who can take this boy. So the answer is all of the above. What was the theme of the story? Inhuman treatment of the poor, correct. Children need more love, correct. They were not treated like humans. How the rich treated the poor, that is also mentioned. That is why it is all of the above. I hope you enjoyed solving these multiple choice questions. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe so that you don't miss any important video, and share with your friends so that you can solve the test together and discuss it. All the very best for your exams. Study well. God bless you.